they then opted for the gyro. I think Tundra, if they play quick and they do a very good job in the early mid game, they can get to this map advantage where they can just snowball the game with Monkey King's vision, with relocate. The only vision here on the enemy team being the traps of TA. You have pretty good options of being the one fighting the initiation to begin with. So we'll see.
Yeah, Skeeter forcing Dubu out, so they will secure at the very least this bounty rune. As there is a little bit of fight now. It looks like Moonmia gives that one up as well. So Tundra, 3 out of... Did they just get 4 bounty runes?
Oh boy.
Wow. 4 bounty runes for Tundra. Okay, let's dissect this because I don't want to, overreact. How big of a deal would you say this actually is? That's pretty... I feel like that's a pretty big deal.
It's a pretty big deal. Getting 4 bounty runes is bigger than getting first blood in terms of just overall gold, right? Like you go to lane, you look at the net worth right now, there's 150 extra gold on every Dire hero over the Radiant. It means you get, you get that extra bit of regen that you need in lane, for example. Oh my god, Saberlight's actually annihilated bottom.
The Jingu ready as well. And this, Saberlight? Oh, he actually jukes them up to the north, but still ticks out to 33. So first blood, the way of Tundra.
Soxa showed up there with stacks on Jingu Mastery, and 33 just immediately started spamming out the poison attacks.
How did he get
no
those
problem.
stacks? Where did he get that from? But yeah, first blood and 4 bounty runes for Tundra, so obviously an incredible start. But let's talk about mid lane, because Bryle was just speared back into the tier 1 tower, but he will live. 9 versus Bryle. Again, Mars versus Pango. Not one we get to see all too often.
I feel like theoretically this is largely just a farm lane. I don't know if either hero can pressure the other enough to not just be offset by water runes for the first 4 minutes once the bombs come out.
Skeeter getting chased though. Top lane, they're focusing on snaking to start. Dubu pops.
Is under attack.
The health regen and snaking looks to be ticking out eventually, but will Skeeter do so as well?
This is
a very awkward angle. Dubu
losing a wave and a half in the tower if he dies right now.
And Timado wants to come back with them, and Skeeter just has to pop that. He's just dead. He gets the courier on the way, but this is a death going the way of TSM. What a turnaround this. That was so awkward.
I love the way TSM set that up. They get that big wave into the tower and they just go and dive the 3v2 situation. There's no TP support coming in from Soxa. He's still staying bottom with 33. And effectively, when you're playing a tri-lane like this and the enemy's playing 2-1-2, if you find that double kill against the enemy's dual lane with your tri and you get to restabilize the lane might just be over. It might not even matter if Monkey King comes up here now if Dubu starts taking control with Ench. So that was huge for TSM. And keep in mind, Saberlight, yeah, he's playing 1v2, but he's Enigma. Like, you're always going to get something. You can deny the wave, you can pull the wave back into your tower. He's level 3 on the Enigma already in this 1v2.
And it does feel like Saberlight is the wild card of this game. I mean, we've seen a lot of games go late where you're down a hefty amount of gold, but because you have an Enigma, I mean, you have both Enigma and Doom. Extremely powerful, even in like the support roles, which Doom will be this game. As mid lane Bryle not going to be speared into the cliff this time around, but still a 1k lead for Tundra on the back of that first blood. And the 4 bounty runes, of course, is, oh my goodness, is Saberlight dead again? He is. So much damage over time for that Viper. As you can see, Moonmia now picking up a little stun action with the Mud Golems. And, I mean, how much gank potential do you have in this mid lane, would you say?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
For each side?
Not really the best. I guess Ench plus Pango. When Pango hits 6, there's definitely kill potential that way. I think for the Mars plus maybe a Monkey King rotation well-timed with the arena could be a thing.
Saberlight cannot die again. He gets off the midnight pulse. You see the TPs coming in. 33 extremely low, so Moonmia might be able to pick him up, but Saberlight dies again. That's the 3rd death for him. They will get the trade eventually, but that is really bad for TSM. And I believe he used his TP as well, so we'll have to make the walk of shame if he even wants to go bot again. I don't know if you can.
You probably have to. I don't think you want to go jungle here. Like,
He actually dodges the shield crash. Soxa taking a lot of damage. So that's that Jingu if he wants to try to turn this around. 9, Spear, trying to get set up. There we go with, they're actually going to do so successfully with that Rebuke setup. So nicely done. A good bait from Soxa. And Tundra, other than that couple deaths in the top lane, have come out ahead of every trade so far.
think as far as this bottom lane goes, you'll see Saberlight is going to use a smoke and base and run to bottom with boots, so he's actually kind of back. He's back here after half a minute, which isn't great by any means, but at the very least they TP'd down Moon Meander to get the return kill, which also ended a killing streak, so he got a little bit of a bonus gold for that on Doom.
But Skeeter, meld damage, right clicks from Dubu as well, not enough for the kill, but Making's got a lot of work to do to help regen Skeeter back up to a respectable amount of HP. I mean, the last time we saw Saberlight have an extremely rough start like this was, I want to say it was an Underlord game, and Moon Meander played Mirana and just carried. And I mean, that kill could help propel Moon Meander to play more of a core type role, which we've seen a couple times already.
Definitely doesn't feel like a game where Doom is super hard countered, even as a support. Like the Monkey King and Mars and Viper might look very scary on paper, but I think that the supporting cast he has around him, especially Pango, can enable him to do quite a lot of work. But obviously Tundra looking in a great position right now. They're gonna are they gonna dive him again?
They
yes,
know he's down there. They saw the courier. So again, relentless onto Saberlight. No TP's coming in this time. Jingu's up, and Saberlight will tick out. So fourth death already. Not even 6 minutes into the game.
It's really awkward for Enigma in this position because you don't know which side of the tree line to play on, right? If you play on the right side of the tower, Monkey King might as well just be there flying in the trees, right? Against basically every other hero, you have more options here of how you play defensively, but Monkey just takes them away with that ability to tree dance across. So Saberlight has to kind of guess. He actually did place the Midnight Pulse correctly, but Soxa was already out of the tree, so he didn't take the stun. And they just ran him down, no
Something else we should mention.
Okay, he dies again now.
Saberlight. Oh boy, TPs are coming in. Looks like he is definitely dead. Soxa probably will be the trade. But again, Saberlight's not getting any XP for any of these residual kills that they're finding.
This one was meant to be a bait. Like, it was very clear that Bryle TP'd very quickly. Moon Meander was almost in range. I think it just happened faster than they were expecting. They just weren't ready in time.
Yeah. We should mention on top of this, the mid lane, although the CS was quite even between the two mids, the net worth, not so much. It's like an 800 net worth lead for 9 as he brings himself to the top lane. Timado, the refraction won't last too long. And that is another death for TSM. I mean, they're only down 1K, but this is with a Doom on your team, so it's probably a bit inflated, even though it is relatively early on.
It's definitely looking good for Tundra for now. This is what their lineup wants to have happen. They want to come out of the laning stage ahead so that they can keep snowballing the game with these heroes.
And Meander, Viper Strike is there. See, Soxa is there to aid in his moral support.
Cheering him on from the trees. 33 keeps getting these earn charges, so keep up that aggression in that ward. Definitely paying dividends. Moon Meander pings the cliff, thinks the ward is there, which is incorrect. But if he places the right sentry, he would be able to see both angles. The help of a courier Soxa.
And he spots out Timado, just being an overall nuisance. I mean, he's level 5 right now for position 4 Monkey King. Not too shabby.
It's really good. He's super high level. 5.5 minute 8.
The same level as Timado, actually. Yeah. And Saberlight.
That's the price you pay when you try lane.
Oh boy. I feel like I've seen this before, Cinderin.
No.
They spot him. I think, no. Do they spot him?
He definitely saw him, but they're not diving yet.
Yeah, they're expecting mass TPs this time, potentially. Not a whole lot of creeps to tank. Moon Meander's there. We have a Mars Arena in the mid lane, though. 9 against Bryle, but Bryle does get off the Rolling Thunder, so he will survive. And Moon Meander in the area. But you can see the level advantage. 33 just pushing in the wave. The casual right click onto Saberlight. Soxa. All right, the pounce on down. Saberlight still with no black hole, and he is dead again. Bryle TP's in. All right, they might be able to get a big trade onto this juicy 33 Viper.
No.
Never mind. And the Wukong's command coming from Soxa. 9 is in the area as well with the spear available. Looks like Moon Meander likely will fall. Not much needed. Double kill for Soxa as Tundra are absolutely rolling right now.
This laning setup has hurt Saberlight so much, and I actually thought theoretically this was going to be a good setup for them to get the Enigma out of the lane against Gyro and let him play 1v2 while he win that trialing. But the amount that they have lost bottom is just obscene how pressured this Enigma is. He's now going to go mid and try to find Soxa together with Bryle.
Radiant's
Nice
bottom
mischief, though.
tower is under attack.
Yep, Soxa's going to survive, and a TP coming in from 33. They have yet to be able to kill so far. Bryle gets up another swash. So Soxa might be dropping here, but it's going to take heavy damage from 33 either way. Viper Strike is a 1v4, essentially.
Time for Slack.
Oh, from Saberlight. Finally, the kill on 33. That is quite a bit of gold going the way of Dubu, of course. As meanwhile, top lane, Timado, able to survive the onslaught. Of course, with that rocket barrage, they're able to eat through that refraction quite quickly. And TSM showing some life. Looks like they're going to get the tier 1 to boot.
How hard do you think he pressed his ulti button on Enigma there? Like when you're really angry, it's like,
Radiant's bottom tower is
God,
under
it
attack.
finally gets the revenge from that bottom lane after dying 6 times in 9 minutes. Gets back up to the Viper a little bit, and they get the mid tower. That was actually really significant move from TSM here, more or less equalizing the game there. Enigma is still having an absolutely terrible time, but given enough of that time, you can make the comeback and find a huge impact.
This is a weird question, but how important is getting extremely farmed on Enigma this game? Or is the lineup he's going against not as fearsome as versus like a global sign? Like basically need the BKB, Lincoln Sphere, and all this garbage on top to be able to have an effect.
I think, as with most Enigma games, Dagger BKB is where it's at. It gives you this protection, gives you the safety that you can't get the black hole off, and once you do get there, it's enormous against these heroes because a lot of the time they will be somewhat piled up on each other, like melee and short range heroes combined. So I would say those are, you don't have to get like 4 or 5 items to feel majorly impactful. You can even sometimes in this game do it with just a blink if the right spells are forced, because you look over to Tundra's side, they don't have that many stuns, right? They have a spear, they have a homing missile, and they have the Monkey King Boundless Strike. If those are expended on an opener of a fight, suddenly your Enigma is just free to come in and feel relatively safe about using his ult, to be honest. So the dagger, I like this from Saberlight, that he's going for the dagger first. I think it's okay.
No, it's just unfair.
Top tower, Bryle with DD, as well as the good old boys. Nothing out?
Duh, boys.
The boys.
They're going to get that troll quite easily. The DD applied to Bryle as he is working on the old diffusal blades. A pretty standard start for the mid Pango. I think the big watch here is Moon Meander on this position for Doom. It's like 700 away from Blink, and that is much needed. I mean, that might align with the Blink Dagger on Saberlight, so they'll have double ways to initiate, which is something they're dearly missing right now. I mean, net worth quite even, but again, the Doom kind of making it hard to distinguish what the actual discrepancy is.
Well, considering the Doom has the same net worth as Monkey King, basically, you can look at it from the perspective of, okay, then the cores are also equal, right? So it's not just Doom inflating this, it is actually the heroes that would under normal circumstances be contributing the net worth that still are. I think, like, consider this. Saberlight got totally trashed in lane, and he's still only 700 behind the Gyro. Like, it's not an insurmountable lead whatsoever. He got a big comeback with that mid move, the tower, and now he's finally got a little bit of time to breathe. Has found his level 8. He's getting there. It's definitely...
Dyer's top tower.
He is more farmed than I was imagining, no doubt. But he's somehow, I mean, might have just bought like a bunch of items before he died each time, so maybe he didn't actually lose that much gold for all we know.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Just buy a lot of branches?
I mean, back in the day, do you remember the days where Earthshaker used to buy just recipes? And
Oh,
he
yeah,
had enough
I
to
remember.
sell to buy a Blink Dagger?
Oh, nice reaction from Bryle there.
9 with the
Immediately.
arena. Dubu is going to get caught out, though. Looks to be the sacrifice for TSM. Can you imagine that gameplay these days where you have to buy literally 30 recipes to be
What was
able
it?
to have enough to
Dyer's
sell to
middle
buy a
tower
Blink
is
Dagger?
under
It was the, which recipes are you about? Was it the Arcane Ring? Was it that long ago we're talking here? Because I'm trying
can't
to remember.
remember,
I know
yeah.
that, I remember the thing you're talking about, that people would just buy random stuff to bank up for a dagger eventually.
Yeah, because if you died, you just lose like all your gold, basically. So it's just the most... I mean, so many things have changed over the years that... looking back, it's like, that was stupid. That was really bad. Now the hook up onto Skeeter. He has... not going for the Axe first.
Huh?
So,
Crystallis BKB.
Crystallis BKB. So talk to me why... Because we've seen this exact combo before, and he went for the Axe first last time.
I think some of it is down to player preference. Perhaps Tundra feel like they have an earlier timing and they don't want to go late, so they want to have that early value item in the Crystallis plus BKB rather than Axe, which kind of demands that you farm a little bit longer, I think, overall. Crystal is obviously a lot cheaper, so you get to the BKB faster, but if you then don't take a good fight with it, things will slow down, and that's obviously what the Enigma Doom lineup want. So I think that's probably the mindset here. He's also opting for it. So if you remember this build, I think it was mainly Ace who did this when he was playing carry a while ago. He was doing this gyro build with max out flat cannon and any max out attributes. But Skeeter is still taking the fighting route with 4 in Rocket Barrage, so he has that damage when it comes to fighting. Also a little bit showing the thought process here. Huge stacks being farmed now.
Indeed.
Relocate, actually.
Moon
Never mind. Moon.
He's trying to TP out. He'll be fine.
See you later. No stuns there aside from the Boundless that set it up to begin with.
And we should mention that 2 Blink Daggers picked up from TSM. Saberlight, he sees the stack going on top of 9 now. There's the black hole. Io comes back as well, so it ends up being a double black hole. TSM showing a lot of life now. Get 2 kills off the back of Saberlight. And they see this tech. I'm not sure. Okay, they do have a TA.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are definitely, oh my god, this is so impactful. This is bigger than the kills.
Yikes. 4 Tundra.
Quad Ancient stack being stolen by TA and Pango. They're now in the lead of this game for sure. TA now dwarfing the Gyro by almost 1,000 net worth all of a sudden with this huge steal. Man,
and Timado
it's gotta feel so good for Saberlight to get that black hole, right?
Oh, that felt good. Yeah.
When you're having a really rough start, I think a lot of players can kind of dig themselves into a hole, but he's showing some good mental fortitude. You know, he's looking for what he can find, and this is about as high impact play as you could possibly hope for.
Yeah, for sure.
Given the game state for him. So
I mean, that just goes to show the mental fortitude of the team, and I think that's off the back of Moon Meander. We've seen it time and time again. He has a calming presence, which if you knew him like 5 years ago, that sounds really weird to say, right? But he's come a long way for sure. Never, ever, ever.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is a good Enigma game, and I think that's what kind of brought them back, is knowing that, you know, may have a terrible laning stage. Eventually, it'll be a good Enigma game.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah. He's still rocking 80 CS minute 16. It's not like, you know, it's absolutely nothing. Dubu
gonna tank the gank. Call down. And the spear. Oh, Skeeter can't find. All right, there we go. The avenue is there for the Rocket Barrage.
Quite a while.
Yeah, the Rocket Barrage didn't last as long as he was hoping for. As the Rolling Thunder, meanwhile, in the mid lane, perpetually stunning the Viper. Dubu's still alive throughout all of this.
He's not gonna die.
And it looks like the Viper will fall to TSM. Not only Dubu living, some way, somehow, and a Mars Arena as well from 9. So Tundra.
And they've relocated mid with their IO Gyro, trying to connect on a play that didn't exist.
And they know that Snake King.
Hey, I'm still here, guys.
The TP out from Snake King. Looks.
Oh, that's a long TP.
It was.
Nice, fine. Oh my god. This is one of the absolute biggest assets of Enchantress, is how hard you are to kill for some.
They break the trees with the Midnight Pulse. And can they do more from this, though? Moon Meander getting right-click down. Skeeter extremely low. You can see the damage coming out even from the Enchantress. As Braille inside with their swashbuckle. Shield crash. They take out Gyro in turn. Io next on the list as TSM starting to take control of this game. Yeah, have control of their jungle now in a 3K lead. I would think so, yeah.
I think it's good enough. If they try to come contest you, you're actually going to have the black hole as well in 25. And they have so much damage here. They have the minus armor and the disarm of the lucky shot. They have double meld. Enchantress can tank it as well. Roach doesn't really want to be home anymore. He's going shopping. All right, ball is closed.
How did that happen? Was that the whip? Like, I refuse to be whipped in my own home. 4K lead for TSM. They have the Aegis now on Timado. And Saberlight working. I think he has the Spirit Vessel on the way now. So not even opting for BKB yet. So that's ultra confidence there. Yep. Obviously against an IO extremely value pickup. A Blink Dagger coming for 33. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, I guess his goal is somebody has to find either the Enigma or the TA at the beginning of the fight. I think that's their mindset. That's the best reasoning I can give. Like, he needs the maneuverability so he can find an attack angle. They feel like if the fight is head-on, they're probably unfavored against this Enigma, right? They have to know the BKB is coming up soon for Saberlight, even though he went for that Spirit Vessel halfway against Io. We'll still get there for sure, so might be planning ahead in that sense.
Tier 2 tower for TSM. And you can see Timado has the Blink Deso, Dragon Lance, 9, able to blink out before the damage comes out, but his little baby courier will fall. Soxa in the trees. Looking to potentially bait Bryle into this, but again, they're going against an Aegis. This could be a really big fight if they're able to win this against an Aegis right now, but Bryle keeping his distance. And the BKBs being lined up. Bryle gets off the Rolling Thunder. The focus is on Dubu inside that Wukong's command. They will take him out, but that is 5 members of Tundra. I mean, they didn't want to leave that to chance, I guess, after the last time.
They were pissed after the last time. Just throw everything at him, get him out of there, get some space back. Like, it sucks for them to have to commit this much, but at the same time, if you don't do it, like, you need this area back, so you need to bring the numbers to get some sort of map control. And they obviously would have loved to find someone else in the Eng, but they'll take whatever's offered. And in addition to that outpost, and now they can start pushing out top of 9. Working his way towards the BKB, you really need some key items here for Tundra. BKB on the way for Monkey King, BKB on the way for Viper, BKB on the way for Mars, and Gyro has it. So aiming for 4 of those.
Rear mid, there's another Midnight Pulse into the black hole, but it's only on the okay. That's 3 because of the relocate. Do they have enough damage to actually finish somebody off though? Bryle taking the brunt of the damage. Looks like Snaky is the first to fall, but it's a 1-for-1 Doom applied to Skeeter. He's attempting to run away, and you can see the slows just stacking up as Moon Meander at a cross pace, a double shot from Timado into a double kill for him. They find Soxa on the backside as well. So that is a very big fight for TSM. At first I thought he only got 1 of the 2, but then it turned into 3, Cinder, and the NA math coming in again. But Saberlight really carrying now.
Yeah, so much value from just preparing the black hole for the relocate there to get right into the black hole. And even if it was only for 2 or 3 seconds, it gave enough time for Timado to just tear the Wisp to shreds, really. It was just a couple of attacks it took, and then they can just snowball the fight. Soxa with a really good attempt there with the Primal Spring slow to try to get Skitter out of trouble, but it's just not enough. They can just chase him down forever with the TA. That Doom just lasts so damn long.
Yeah, we're gonna see the replay now. So the Mist Spear from 9 to start things out. There's the black hole. Perfectly done. And he blinks out before he takes any damage there, just to reset. So Saberlight not letting the early game affect his mental right now as they come back with a vengeance. Bryle not going to go for the Rolling Thunder. A couple members of Tundra smoked at the moment. This Force Death now picked up by Dubu. And we should be on BKB watch here. BKB finished on Timado. About like Saberlight's on his way to his. About halfway there, I would say. And
Meander almost is on the 4 Doom.
200 away from Doom.
There's going to be like 5 BKBs coming out in the next 5 minutes. So Doom is getting his.
Saberlight has the best neutral item to get that extra farm going as well.
Yeah,
Gaben saw that he was having a rough early game. So you know what? Philosopher's Stone, why not?
One of the best int cores to get this on because you really don't care about the minus damage. Like, the drawback on this item doesn't really exist for this hero. Similarly, Tinker is another one of those int heroes that loves this. Feels very easy for him to just opt for that. Smoke Timado is going to break on the Monkey King. Not going to get anything.
Midnight Pulse not in time. And Black Hole is going to be up in 30 seconds. I'm sure that Tundra is keeping track of that.
Okay, let's do a BKB check quickly again. So Doom has his in 200. Pango has his when his courier respawns, which is now. Enigma 1500 away. On the other side, have it on Gyro. Mars picks it up just now. Viper also has it, and Monkey King 1300 away as well. So many BKBs. And guess what matters a lot when there's a lot of BKBs in play? It's magic immunity piercing spells. And one team has one of them, the other team has the bigger one. It's one Viper Strike, or actually, Viper Strike against Doom and Black Hole.
Yeah.
I know who I'm placing my bets on if it comes down to that. So if you're Tundra, you need to find an intelligent way of attacking the fight, where you either kill them before they get BKBs off, or you kind of need to weave in and out and delay.
TSM, Timado jumps in, almost pulls up Snaking in one shot. There's the Mars Arena. They're focusing on Snaking. Relocate will not be in time. He finds back immediately, though, as Skeeter TPs back to base with the BKB. And you can see the Doom applied to 33 ends up resulting in a nice kill for TSM. If they can get Snaking, this is a dieback. Triple kill for Bryle. No IO for a full minute, which means this tier 2's dead, if not more.
This is such an advantageous position to be in. They didn't even have to black hole for that outcome. So the long cooldown is available. You're looking at 40 seconds before everything TSM has is online again except their Doom. And it's not really a requirement for them to be able to take fights right now. They don't need the Doom with how big of an advantage they've already gotten themselves. Moonmeander, did he see that? He did not.
Yep, Soxa wants to fight Moonmeander 1v1. He gets off the Wukong's command, but the whip, Moonmeander able to get out. He's going to turn around with that Infernal Blade. You can see Saberlight on the backside. He gets off. Okay, the black hole again. This time on the 2. Saberlight is everywhere. And again, the TSM coming out on top in this fight. 33 gets off his BKB. Getting chased now. They're just trying to cancel that Blink Dagger. And they'll do so successfully, so TSM extending this lead to 11K in their favor. And this was a bait all the way around.
Very, very quick on the black hole there as well, Saberlight. No time for 9 to really react, do anything about it. Don't really know what he could have done, though.
Man, Saberlight, again, with the amazing facial expressions.
Wonder if he's going to get high fives after the game is over. You've seen the clip.
Yeah, very.
Moonmeander will be there.
Oh, actually, they canceled the tether, and again, Snakey's just dead. He just spawned. Luckily for Tundra, it's only a 30-second respawn time.
You know, now that you pointed out, that's definitely something that feels different about this game 2 and 3 than most games Tundra play. They have really shut down snaking. I think that's one of the biggest differences to normal gameplay coming out of Tundra is how little space that guy's got. In both games he's played against Enchantress, so there might be, you know, a little bit of a pattern there to dissect for Tundra going forward if they don't manage to recover this game, which looks exceptionally difficult. You're 13K down against arguably a formidable late game lineup, just hands down. Doom and Enigma, two of the fiercest late game heroes you can possibly play against.
That is a basher, though.
Falling up.
Bryle with the basher. That will be a good pickup for TSM, adding insult to injury for Tundra.
This BKB now for Saberlight. He hasn't even needed it so far, but now it's safe.
Yeah.
This smoke. Okay, they know there's no black hole, so this is a pretty big moment. Dubu is
He's gonna tank it again, snaking. He's gonna be spotted out. A nice slow from Timado, keeping mind's eye on his traps.
Oh, that's the end of that smoke.
Indeed. Rolling Thunder, Bryle. Oh, Skeeter gets initiated on. There's the Midnight Pulse with the Spirit Vessel. He's just dead! 50 seconds, no gyro. Does have buyback, though. And TSM just all over the place. Soxa looking to get off the Wukong's command. He's going to be spotted. Pops the BKB. They drop the tree. They dropped it as a result. Bryle now in the depth here with that BKB activated. 33 doomed. Okay, he is saved for now. 9 gets bashed through the BKB. No Mars for 50 seconds. It was a good save from Snake King, but that's what you needed for Gyrocopter.
Let's see, this is why Moonmeander only needs to count to 2. It doesn't take much longer than that. That was fine. No problem.
Well said.
All right.
High ground, TSM go with a 16K net worth lead. The bash from Bryle. So he is all alone, so 33 is going to be happy with this exchange for now, but Dubu coming to play. Timado going to focus on the building potential with the Midnight Pulse. Malefice as well, and the Swashbuckler. They can kill him from so far away. Not much you can do about that if you're 33. And this is going to be a set of top racks at the very least.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Of course, Gyrocopter, remember, even if he dies here, he does technically have buyback. I'm sure Tundra wanting TSM to try and overextend. That might be their best window to come back into this game 3. But TSM playing very disciplined. They get the melee racks and they reset. 19K lead for them. The next Roshan will be in 20 seconds. So Tundra will have all their members up by then.
Yeah, but TSM have all their spells once again except Doom. So fighting in that area is going to come down to some sort of really insane flank play from Soxa plus, I don't know, the Viper, obviously 33 never got the blink, right? So they're not going to be able to combine it like that. How do you do this? You have to chain stun with Mars and Monkey King onto, I guess, Enigma. You have to try to find Enigma and blow him up. Otherwise, the counterplay potential from TSM is just so straightforward.
And they're going for it right away. This is a second Roach, Aegis, and Shard. You can see on the minimap, they're just going to be too slow. This is way too fast. Yeah. So another Aegis going the way of TSM. We'll see who picks up the Shard. Timado will consume it, it looks like. So the silence for his traps. And we saw that work extremely well in the previous game. And they're going to smoke everybody but Timado. As he has a lot backpacked, actually. And the TP's onto the outpost. Saberlight, okay. Moonmander's going to find Skeeter to start things out. Snaking has his ultimate available, but Saberlight with the black hole and the death onto 2. Beautifully done from TSM as they are looking to go to the grand finals. The Doom applied 2-9. Very easy kill for TSM as Soxa will try to clean up the creeps. That's all he can really do right now, but this mid lane is looking primed and ready for TSM to take.
Yeah, they can go straight in there. 30 seconds should be more than enough for another lane. Timado makes quick work of this with his item build. And what do you do? Like, Doom is just going to be cutting bottom wave as well, just maximum efficiency here. TSM is giving them 0 avenue to get back out on the map. They might just get megas. Like,
absolutely.
15 seconds is quite a long time for these heroes.
Sox on 33, ready to pounce. But the bash is there, and the instant death onto 33. No save from Snaking. Buys back into the game, though. But again, this is going to be Mega Creeps as Bryle creating a lot of space with the Rolling Thunder. Gets Viper struck, though. But that is Mega Creeps, and TSM likely to reset. 9 jumps in with the spear. The pounce from Soxa, but he instantly gets stopped. 5 members of Tundra in this very small area. That's going to be the Aegis to start out as Bryle looking to finish off Mars, and that will be a dieback for him. Soxa on the trees. Timado finishes him off as well. And Skeeter with the BKB, but the physical damage is too much. GG's called. TSM is going to the grand finals of the Stockholm Major.
Great recovery from them after game number 1, and also after, you know,